Minnesota Vikings offensive line has been a big hot button issue for the fans, and right guard has just been an absolute gong show this year. But then we had that moment of euphoria with Samia. But week one, the job was handed to current New York Jet Pat Elflein. Great. Then he goes up with a thumb injury. Drew Samia comes in and is less than ideal. Less than ideal. So now. All right, so now we get why maybe he wasn't given the time of day last year as a fourth-round rookie out of Oklahoma. I get it. And then Ezra Cleveland, manna from heaven. And I don't care if he's out of position. I don't care this. I don't care that. But the Vikings offensive line was straight garbage. And Ezra, the second-round pick out of Boise State, finally getting his shot. And he came in week 6 against Falcons. Then he had the bye week. And then all of a sudden week 8 against Green Bay. Hot take. Honestly, you could say that Ezra Cleveland was the offensive MVP against Green Bay. You really could. And I understand that is a game where Dalvin had 226 total from scrimmage and 4 touchdowns. I get it. That's why it's searing hot, right? But it's not really that much of an exaggeration because Vikings ran behind Ezra in all the high leverage spots. 72 had a key block in all 4 of Dalvin's touchdowns. And also, their screen and power game was that much more efficient and effective with 72 in there because they would pull Ezra when they were running counter Trey or power O in the running game, when they're running gap, etc., as well as in the screen game. 72 getting out front, supreme athlete. He may actually be a better athlete than Brian O'Neill, who's a physical freak. It's pretty close. But Ezra against the Packers posted an 81.1 PFF grade, which is the highest grade for a Vikings guard since Joe Berger posted an 86.8 week 10 at Washington back in 2017 up against Kirk Cousins. And he's been up and down, but there is some high-end promise. Like his best plays are fantastic. His mistakes are correctable, and everything else in between has been pretty good. And frankly, for a rookie offensive lineman, that's about as best you can ask, especially a Vikings offensive lineman. Then at the end of the Chicago game, where he played pretty decent, was listed with an ankle injury. Has missed the last 2 games against Dallas and Carolina. So less than ideal, right? But finally, the pride of Canada, Regina representing Brett Jones coming in. Woo! And finally, because us Vikings fans, we know, we've been pining for Brett Jones for the last 3 years. He finally gets his shot, and he's led the Vikings offensive line in PFF grade the last 2 weeks, as well as he's only allowed 2 pressures and 0 sacks. Now, he's feeling his way out in the run game. We highlighted a couple plays against Dallas that were left down the field, but overall, 61 has been rock solid, and if the Vikings are committed to getting their best 5 out there, Brett Jones needs to remain, right? Meanwhile, left guard Dakota Dozier has allowed 23 pressures and 2 sacks and 6 penalties this season. Less than ideal. I get that Dennison likes him. I get that he is a holdover from the Jets days. And respect, Dakota Dozier does have some high points, but the low points are too many and too consistent. So if and when Ezra does return to the lineup, hopefully this week against Jacksonville, there's only one answer. Reinsert Ezra at right guard and then kick Brett Jones over the left guard in place of Dozier. So I toyed with the idea, maybe put Ezra at left guard since that's his natural side anyway, and since Brett Jones has looked good at right guard, having that chemistry between Bradbury and O'Neill, but also, that's too many moving parts. So Ezra was working at right guard. He was perfectly fine. That side of the line was one of the most athletic in all football with a 75 and 56. One of the biggest assets for a swing interior offensive lineman is that you're able to play all 3 spots, being able to play all spots effectively, and usually on short notice, usually coming off the bench in case of an injury. So I think that Ezra would be best suited since he's only played at right guard in a game situation and looked good. Plop him back in there, and then Brett Jones over to the left side. Because, if the Vikings want to keep the season going, that offensive line is going to be mightily important. And also, teams do watch film, and they saw how the Cowboys, as well as the Panthers, were able to get that quick interior pressure against the Vikes, notably on that left side, notably against Dakota Dozier. So teams coming up, as well as potentially in the playoffs, are going to throw everything that they can at that left guard spot. So get some competency in there, get the best 5 out there, and also Ezra being back. Again, manna from heaven. Just him pulling in the power running game as well as in the screen game is going to be extremely important. The movement skills are at a premium. Minnesota Movement Company is back, and it should include Brett Jones. But there you go. But your thoughts. Vikings offensive line going forward after Ezra gets back. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post some in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.